is good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
2 for 66. 11.
Now the 3rd leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12. At the 23-yard line. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 2nd and 12, Goff. And he's taken down here by the Saints.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Cameron Jordan wreaking havoc with a sack.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
You know, a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. The Saints coming out now to take the field. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got him the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up the score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
Breeze again here on 2nd and 10. He's going to rifle one deep left, trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. It's David Long, the rookie from Michigan, who picked it. Thomas, the intended target. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Eli Apple up from his corner spot to make the play.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. It was P.J. Williams that time on the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
All day, dog.
It's caught left side by Cooks. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. Now it's Ginn. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now sounds
and a big loss here as he's taken down. Corey Littleton. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
A give to Kamara running right. Corey Littleton there on the tackle.
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
21. Hey, Mike.
On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. To the right side, it completes to Thomas. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Come on, one thing for sure, you know that Michael Thomas is going to be the target on a 3rd down pass, and Drew Brees finds him and keeps this drive moving.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. They've had it twice. They punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Brings up 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 now from the 21.
Hey, let's go. Go, Brown.
Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well. But when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe on.
Eyes up. Mark 22. I'm coming after you. Value 3. Shoot.
From the gun on 3rd down. Gone. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a 1st down.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
Check back. Hey, Mark 22.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. David Onyemata there on the tackle.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority. Alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And some room to work. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. And a nice little broken tackle run there by Todd Gurley, the 10th pick in the 2015 draft.
And that's what you get with him, that full package of speed, power, able to catch the ball in the backfield. Many people doubted him coming out because of the knee injury in college. They're seeing the full Todd Gurley now, and it hurts.
Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. Touchdown, L.A. Todd Gurley. An extra point away from tying up this. Zerline good with a PAT, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Request the win. Let's go.
A reminder coming up later tonight, Sunday Night Football, a good one from Atlanta. Eagles and Falcons, 8:20 Eastern. And then tomorrow on Monday Night Football, Odell Beckham back in New York, back in MetLife Stadium. Browns and Jets, 8:15 Eastern on Monday night. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
The Saints spent a third-round pick on Traquan Smith out of UCF in 2018, and what a thrilling season for him. He was the guy that caught the pass from Drew Brees that moved him past Peyton Manning to become the all-time leading passer in NFL history.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Ready. Yellow lady. Yellow lady. Let's go, D. 13. Here we go. Watch your team. Watch your team.
From the gun on third down, Brees. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. This is taken at the 15. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Go, 12, let's go. Ric Flair. Check three. Shoot. Done.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. 11 yards there, 1st down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Here's a give to Brown. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Oh, yeah, and here we go again.
Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out that heavy package. Almost like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy 1st down conversion. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
brings up 2nd and 4 at the Saints' 28-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Handing it off to Brown. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season.
Hold on. Check. Orange. Tiger.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
Zerline, of course, last year had likely the iconic field goal of the season, booting that 57-yarder in the Superdome to send his squad to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you really hurt the Saints fans on that one, didn't you?
Sorry.
They didn't want to hear that at all. But this guy deserves his nicknames. Greg the Leg, Legatron, because the ball goes through the post at a heavy rate, 87% in 2018.
Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. This complete to the former Longhorn Marcus Johnson. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Here's Breeze. And Cook has it left side. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Jared Cook is a guy who's been around the NFL. He's been with the Titans, the Rams, the Packers, and the last 2 years in Oakland. Now he makes a move to the Big Easy, where he pairs with Drew Brees and forms a nice little threat.
He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
It's a gain of 20.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Breeze now. That is caught at the 7. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Zach Line. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And once again, the Saints are back out in front. Lutz with the extra point. And the lead is now 14-10.
Next to score, Saints 14, Rams 10.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Now, we're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here's Goff. He's going to air one out. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now.
Intended for Josh Reynolds. Incomplete. Eli Apple on the recovery.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and a mile.
76, tell him. 76.
Out of the gun. Goff. Trying to lay one up deep. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. Here's Johnny Hacker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. And he will be able to recover this himself to prevent a wacky ending here, but that will be how this first half comes to an end. So we reach halftime here in a... And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The third quarter starts with a run by Gurley. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And that one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
We ain't beginning to tear you up. Value 1. SOS. 12. 2 up. 22. I'm coming. 5. Here we go.
From the gun, here's Goff. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. Fighting to get back to the goal line. I don't think he got there. He did not. Did not get back there. It's a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Oh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get started. Let's go.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
Here we go. 76. Obama.
Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
5.
He's coming, double up.
Another carry now for Gurley. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves him with 3rd and just a couple.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's getting back to telling his offensive line, great job. Keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
We got this.
The third down. An excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
Goff now looks to throw. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Maverick.
Like 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike. Big, hey, Delta. Big stop. Let's go.
Goff now to throw. And that's complete to Cooks. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Delayed give, Goff to Gurley. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now Goff. And his throw's going to be incomplete. That time trying to find Gerald Everett. And it's 3rd and 5.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Complete to Josh Wells. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
What? 180!
Check my 47. Hey, get away.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
61, matchbox, white.
Goff now looking to throw. Forced out to his left. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. DeMario Davis coming in for the sack that time.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now Goff on 3rd and goal. Buying time to his left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Zerline's kick is up and through. And with that, they move ahead by a point here in this 3rd quarter. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts? Come on. What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 26. Throwing now is Breeze. Smith catches left side. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the third quarter. Back now in Los Angeles. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. Bree's going to throw. Airing it out deep for Smith. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
They'll go for it. It's Breeze. Open man is Michael Thomas. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Saints have retaken the lead.
General West. You kill. Smith.
From the gun, it's Breeze. Oh, no, he lost the football. And he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it. So a sack on the two-point try. It's Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is taken at his 4.
The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Jared Goff, 4 times last year, he led the Rams on a fourth quarter comeback. He obviously didn't do it in Super Bowl 53, but can he do it here? Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Somebody missed an assignment. He was waving his arms saying, hey, I'm wide open. They found him.
You think? You think? I mean, he was so wide open. Did you see he was just windmilling like he was Don Quixote or somebody out there? And then they found him for a really nice game.
Dancing to his left. And that is incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the 50, it's gone. Open man right side is Cup, complete. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space.
20.
53 to Mike. Hard ball. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
Now Goff on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. They'll run. This is Brown. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 8.
2 for 66.
A shotgun snap for gone. And the Throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Now Breeze. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards. Breeze now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. They run it again with Kamara. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. The 3rd down run gets him nothing. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On a West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down. Meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people will call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Give him 7 yards on the carry, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is taken at the 3. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
17. Watch the twist. Two.
Now gone. He's going to let it fly. It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Brandon Cooks, 77 yards. And the Rams have got this back to a 1-score game. A big play coming now for the Rams as they'll go for two.
Hold on. Check. Hey, 76. 76. Switch, 76. Louis.
Hey, team 6.
Let's go. Here we got Mike, number 53.
Back to throw. And this is caught. So they took a chance, but they are back within a single point here in the fourth. So no question here, down by a score late. They're going to try the onside kick. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts, but even if they force a 3 and out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. Kamara's got the first down and then some. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints add on to their lead. And Charles, the 2nd time today that he has hit pay dirt.
And once you score the first one, there is that natural tendency, and there's also that eagerness to get back there again. Oh, he smells it. This guy smelled the end zone, and twice he's gotten it.
To tie it. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is taken at his 4. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 29-yard line.
Hey, kill. 20. We're pretty quiet, team. We're pretty quiet. 2 for 1.
Hey, nice 7.
Go, Corvo.
Now it's gone. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed him. Instead, 2nd down. So he was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Don't say nothing. Twist. 5.
They'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
That's got to be a long day. 36. Pressure. Show it out. 12. Pressure. Value 1.
Hey, wahoo!
And the blitz does come. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Here we go. Line 20. Here we go. Check.
Goff now to throw. Reynolds with a catch out on the right side. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. He's back to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Tighten up. Check it backer, check it backer.
Back to throw. Flushed out right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he'd just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
The Rams on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This will be 3rd and 6.
Hey, orbit.
He'll look to throw. It's caught left side by Cooks. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. They just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there.
180.
Check, 53, right. Check.
5. Listen. 76, tell him. 76. 12.
From the red zone now. Goff to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks for those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Goff to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Here's Goff. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
Ready? 5-8.
The Saints in victory formation now as they'll take the knee. A lot of scoring.